All right, let's give this a shot. Hey, my name is Trey, also known as Valdemarin, and this is why I'm participating in Bungie's Game to Give. My daughters Anna and Aubrey were born April 7th of this year. 34 weeks early, bouncing little bundles of joy. We knew ahead of time that Anna had what's called duodenal atresia. It is a condition where there is a blockage in the intestine. It can also be associated with a host of other things, such as cardiac problems, heart conditions, something called floating spine. It is also associated heavily with Down syndrome, though she does not have that. After she was born, she was immediately taken to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, where she was supposed to undergo surgery just a little bit after she was born. Supposed to be about 2 days following birth. Since children with duodenal atresia can't drink or eat, they are given what is commonly called a picc line, which is inserted into their leg and allows their body to be given nutrients that they need to continue to grow and get stronger. Those lines are known to travel just a little bit, which means they will move within the vein that they are placed in. Anna's, in a extremely rare case, traveled all the way to her heart, where it inserted itself into the outer lining of the heart and then pumped all of those nutrients into that surrounding area, which caused her to go into cardiac arrest. At the time, this was a few hours before her surgery was supposed to take place, so my wife and I were called about 2 a.m. that we needed to head to the hospital because she probably wouldn't last the night. You don't really know what to expect in a situation like that. You get a call in the middle of the night saying that your daughter, who you think is supposed to go into surgery, instead might be dead when you get there, or might be dead within a little bit after you get there, which was, I guess what you would call the best case scenario at that point. We got up there and they told us that she had been stabilized. Sorry. Been a while. Still kind of hard to reckon with, even 8 months on now, 8 months almost. We got up there and they told us that she had been stabilized and that they found out that those nutrients were being pumped into her heart from the picc line that had traveled up. So they removed the fluid and had kept her on hand presses for about an hour and a half to keep the blood pumping through her body and to keep the oxygen pumping through her as well. The only thing we could do was hold her hand since she was in an incubator, and we obviously couldn't interact with her because she was under a incredible amount of drugs to help keep her body moving and keep everything running as it's supposed to. And it was really hard. It's really hard to see your daughter like that. You can't hold her to make her feel better. She was covered in machinery and different tubes, just all working in tandem to keep her alive. And it was hard. It was a very hard time for me and my wife, knowing that we didn't know if she would last the night. At any rate, we drive back home and we get a call that from her neonatologist that because she was without oxygen, or without a lot of oxygen for such a long time, that they would have to run an MRI to make sure she didn't have any brain damage, because in that type of situation where the brain goes without oxygen, or a brain has a lack of oxygen for a long amount of time, there's the possibility that parts of the brain may die off. blood not being able to get through to it, oxygen not being able to get through to it. So we spent the next few weeks waiting for a full MRI to make sure that everything was okay. And it turns out that she had very mild brain damage in some of her gray matter, this area, which means that for all intents and purposes, she was okay, but she may have a little difficulty walking when she's older, or various other things that may happen. But the main thing is that she was okay. And that's the reason that I want to participate in Game to Give, because Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, in the most dire of situations, kept my little girl alive. And without them, we would be going into the holiday season with just her sister. And it's a hard thing to think about, that if it wasn't for them, that she wouldn't be here, because of their passion and quick thinking, that she was kept alive through everything that she went through. When we got there, there were doctors and nurses everywhere. It was 2 a.m, and everyone was high alert, just helping Anna stay alive. And there's not a whole lot that you can do to give back in a situation like that, where a bunch of doctors came to your aid in such a dramatic fashion. But my team and I have set a goal of $10,000, because, man, they deserve it. They deserve it for everything they do. Not just Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, but Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the United States, across the world, all do such amazing work dealing with children of all ages. Anna's condition is not necessarily rare, but there are children that come in thousands every day, every week, who come in needing even more than she did. And anything that I can do or we can do to help needs to be done, because those doctors put their all on the line for those children. That includes mine. Why Bungie? Why not just do a regular fundraiser through any other program? There's plenty out there for raising money for hospitals and for sick kids of all kinds of natures. So why not just go with somebody else? During that time, it was about a month and a half that my wife and I were driving back and forth to Atlanta every single day to be with Anna and to make her feel as comfortable as possible and know that she's loved and taken care of. And during that time, you don't really know what to do with yourself. You're in a constant state of fear, or worry, or just general anxiety about the entire thing. You don't know if something else is going to happen. At that point, she still hadn't had her surgery yet, so we still had to get through that hurdle. I've been a member of the Destiny community since D1 beta. It has always been a world that I could retreat to in times of need. It's always been a place that I could go to get together with my friends, have a great time, and be a part of a world that was not mine, but was deep and varied. And there were so many things to do and accomplish. And during that time, driving back and forth to Atlanta every day, I would come home and play Destiny 2. And it was my lifeline. It's you try so hard to be there for your family, because they're all hurting. Everyone is in pain. You try your best, and sometimes you just need a place where you can relax and chill. And Destiny was my outlet, ability just to conquer a new triumph, or do a new dungeon, or participate in a raid, or whatever it may be, or just play a couple of rounds of Crucible, or do a strike or two. It gets you out of that mindset that you're not in control of anything, that you always have to be afraid. I can never thank Bungie enough for creating a world that I could get lost in my time of need. And it was more than I could ever ask for. That's why I want to participate in Game to Give. Number one, because Bungie is an amazing developer who created an incredible universe for us to be active members of, for us to assist others in, for us to just have a good time in general, with your friends or your family. Number two, because the Children's Miracle Network hospitals deserve us doing everything we can to make their jobs easier, to make their lives easier. And if we can just raise a little bit of money to help them out, $50 provides a birthday party for a child receiving treatment at one of the member hospitals. $200 provides a chemo treatment for a child fighting cancer. $400 provides an iPad for one child recovering at a hospital. Those are amazing benefits. You don't even understand the scope of what those things mean, not just the kids who are being treated, but to their parents as well. The fact that there are people looking out for them, the fact that people they don't know want the absolute best for them, just want to support them in any way possible. That's amazing. And there is no better use of our time as streamers, of our time as members of the Destiny community, to come together and do something amazing for kids and some parents who are truly in need. And so I feel it is important for me to be able to give back to the people who have given me so much and who gave my daughter so much, so that we can enjoy having her here for Christmas now and don't have to worry about her having anything else. Her surgery went beautifully. She just had her last surgery the other week to fix another problem caused by the duodenal atresia, and everything has just gone amazingly. That is because of the dedicated doctors. That is because of the dedicated doctors, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and the Children's Miracle Network across the United States. They do incredible work. So that's why I want to participate in the Bungie Foundation's Game to Give. We have a team page set up. We have a high goal of $10,000. I feel that is an appropriate amount for a group of people that are out there doing the absolute best for kids desperately in need. That is the least that we can do in the month of December leading up to Christmas, to support those doctors and parents and kids who just desperately need a little bit of help. So we hope you'll join together, join with us, join with any of your favorite streamers, support what is undoubtedly one of the greatest uses of your time and money. So thank you in advance. Thank you to Bungie for creating Destiny and for creating just such an amazing place for us to come together. But more importantly, thank you to Children's Miracle Network, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, for everything that you do every day. Links will be down below. Links will be down below to our team page, to my personal stream page for Game to Give. I hope you'll visit. Anything that you can give is, of course, tax deductible and would just be absolutely incredible. I can never ask for more. This has been a tough year for everybody. It's been a tough year for everybody. No matter who you are or what you do, this has been hard on everyone. And if I can just spend a little bit of my holiday season and make it easier on some kids, man, that would be the best. This is Anna right after she was born in the hospital. And this is Anna at 8 months old. Or just about. She'll be 8 months old in December. And if it wasn't for talented, amazing people here of Atlanta, you might not be here at all. So anything that you can give support sick kids this holiday season, please consider it. If not through us, then through any streamers or any kind of organization, please do. You know it's going to a good cause. So thank you in advance. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.